The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, is sounding the alarm, urging senior officers to lead with vision, integrity, and accountability, reminding them that the Nigeria Police Force must never become a pawn for private interest or a tool of selective justice. Between July 31 and September 23rd this year, police operations across the country yielded significant results. Over 4,300 suspects arrested, including armed robbers, kidnappers, and rapists. More than 700 firearms and 21,000 rounds of ammunition recovered, while 1,138 kidnapped victims were rescued and 212 stolen vehicles retrieved. Speaking at the Strategic Police Officers Conference in Abuja, IGP Egbetokun described the gathering as more than just another meeting. In his words, it was a call to leadership, to stock-taking of direction and a deliberate moment of recalibration. From dismantling IPOB ESM camps in the southeast to foiling armed robbery and cult activities in Delta, Ogun, and Zamfara states, the IGP stressed that every number represents lives saved, families reunited, and communities restored to peace.
Across various commands, we have recorded results that reflect not just tactical competence, but the early fruits of recalibrated leadership. The past 2 months have yielded high-impact interventions, coordinated rescues, weapons recoveries, and targeted arrests. Outcomes that show our resolve to dominate criminal spaces and reclaim public confidence. But beyond the numbers lies a more important truth. Where leadership is intentional, results follow. While specific case victories speak volumes, it is also crucial to take stock of our national operational footprint. Between 31st July and today, we arrested a total of 4,383 suspects across country for various offenses. This included 481 armed robbery suspects, 260 kidnappers, 371 for murder or culpable homicide, and 161 for unlawful possession of firearms. We also arrested 322 suspected rapists, 375 cultists, and 2,413 others for various serious crimes. In the same period, we recovered 716 assorted firearms, 21,238 rounds of ammunition, and 212 vehicles. Furthermore, 1,138 kidnapped victims were rescued.
But he drew the line, warning officers against meddling in civil disputes, particularly land matters. As the country enters the Ember months, notorious for spikes in robbery, kidnapping, and highway banditry, the police chief ordered state and zonal commands to expand patrols to feeder roads, forests, and highways while strengthening community engagements.
One area that continues to cast a shadow over our institution is the misuse of police authority in civil disputes, particularly in matters relating to land. Let me reiterate without ambiguity. The Nigerian Police Force is not and will never become an enforcer for private interests. Officers have no business escorting parties for land recovery, disrupting legally existing occupations, or meddling in civil claims without a demonstrable criminal element. Every such incident erodes the neutrality of the force and opens us up to disrepute. The line must be clear, and any officer who crosses it will face disciplinary consequences. The credibility of this institution rests not only on our crime-fighting capacity, but also on the ethical culture we enforce from the top. Leadership by title is easy, but leadership by example is the standard we must uphold. I do not expect perfection, but I insist on responsibility.
And his message to senior officers was crystal clear. If you cut corners, your men will follow suit. But if you uphold ethics, they will do the same. For Egbetokun, the bottom line is simple. Take two. For Egbetokun, the bottom line is simple. restoring public confidence in the police uniform and proving that the force can stand tall, even when others stumble. Oluwatobi Enyetan, reporting for TV Platform.